Sorry about that, folks. Had to go get some. The propane tank was empty, so I had to exchange it. I had it sitting there, just had to fill it. And that's where I left off, was that I was silver fuming this Okay, let's also zoom in. I forgot, guys. There we are. Now let's look at it. There we go. Frog, unicorn, dolphin, whale, snail. Something to put onto an ornament. An angel, an elephant, I'll do another angel. Because I like the angels. They go a long way. There's the body to the angel. The arms. Head, of course. In some religions, they don't believe our angels have wings. But wings are just a symbolism of where they can be at a, go from one place to another really fast. So to do it with flying. But in my case, wings look cool. So why not? And there you go. Oops. Might help to have people are watching. Cool. It didn't take long for me to change out the tank, but I did need to do it. I didn't know how low I was until I got going. And here we go. We got the loop on there, and now all we do is just add the silver. This is what I was trying to do to the unicorn head. Hey, Todd. And we have one silver fume. Not too bad. Been better, been worse. Just glad that I'm trying to get out and do some work. I just did this one a little while ago. It's an icicle. That's what I'm doing. Matter of fact, here's a few others. This one I really, really love. That one's sweet. And then I did some dolphins. It's not quite enough focus today. Let's tip it back a little bit. There we go. There it goes, it focuses. Here's another angel I did a little while ago. I like my little angels. Good to see there's 3 people. This is a cat ornament. Well, icicles anyway. Well, you say that, and my hands, they have a little bit of shake going on them too, but the way I do it is I have elbow props. Where you see my hands, all there is the elbows. I have a cushion at my elbows where my hands just go right there. That way it really steadies the nerves, and the more body weight that you're holding up, the more energy that is taken away from your glass work. And that's why I like to try to hold it at the elbows on a cushion and then turn around and steady the nerves. And yes, my nerves are not exactly perfect either, but I try. Hi, Bill. But icicles don't take that much steadiness. They just take, you don't have to sculpt, just, put figurines on the top of them like I have. You can put just, matter of fact, I'm going to stretch that down a little bit. I do too. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. May we all have a better Christmas than last year. Boy, I tell you, I was, and still have been. The best way I can describe it is depression sucks. But hopefully, I should see the end of it one of these days. That's my optimistic pessimism giving in, as it were. On this one, I think right about here is where I'm going to make the top of this icicle. May even just do a dragon head. I did a whole dragon body, but just to do the dragon head, so like what I just did with the unicorn head. Let's see if I can do that. Maybe not with that one. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. It's a lot cooler. I can get my hands a little bit higher. Let's see. I'm going to still use some of this green. You guys know what it is, so you'll think, oh yeah, it looks like a dragon head. But the ultimate deal is somebody who didn't know what you're doing can look at it and say, a dragon head, that's cool. If and you catch the drift of what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a battle. It is a battle, Todd, Bill. So what do you do mainly there, Todd? Hey, Christine. Good to see you out and about. Making tops to Christmas ornament, icicles. Working on one. Hopefully it'll turn out. Oh, that's right. I think we talked about that before. Not blue. Oh yeah, I can use blue. What I'm saying. Spoon pipes. Cool. I've always been a figurine man myself, but I do pipes, I do beads, I do marbles. I do a little bit of everything. Even figurines. Hey, Bruce. Even pipes that look like figurines, which turn out pretty cool. Like a dolphin pipe. I call them my stealth smokers, or stealth pipes, because you can put it on a table and it looks like a dolphin just coming up and diving, or curving into a dive, but you flip it over and you got the bowl going on, and you got the carb is his nose, the tail is where you blow from. Embroiderer, wow. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bruce. Your stuff is looking pretty good too, I have to admit. I've been watching it. Like I say, your icicles, all they have to do is look natural, and they look natural. They don't have to be perfect. Matter of fact, you know me, I try to put a little bit of imperfection in some of my work. Sometimes unintentional and sometimes intentional, to show that it was handmade. Hey, Heath. Everybody seems to be showing up on Sunday afternoon. What a deal. Got 5 people up and watching me. That's a good one. Ow. Just a loop on the top of his head. Hey, Dustin. Padna. Thanks. I think that's old man talk, isn't it? Man, a whole bunch of people showing up. I'm gonna have to get fancy and do something really special, I guess. I'll show you some of the other icicles that I did earlier. And I'm really, really excited about the stuff that's coming out. Of course, never around when you want what I want. I'll just use this. Widen the bail a little bit. And we have dragon head. Yes, it's boro work. 90% of what I do is boro. I have done soft glass, and I have done. Hey, when I started, I took out a propane blowtorch and soda bottles and broke them up and made lots of pretty things. And lots of pretty things. Here's another dragon I did. Oh man, sorry about that, Bruce. No, that's Todd, sorry. I gotta come back and read some of these. Okay, Bill. I can do that. Yeah, the green is, I believe, China. But it's boro, and yes, it reminds me a lot of Mountain Dew green glass. Very emeraldy. Spun glass. Sweet. I do my own type of weaving for glass. Here is my... Got talking, and there's one of my dragon icicles that I did earlier. Here's a snail. Very simple things to put on top of icicles. It's just the way it goes. Here's a dolphin. And I did this one as well a while back. And this one. I'll get them both. Sea turtle one. And there's the teddy bear. Yeah, it does show the details. Actually, it's a Google Pixel Pro 6, and I spent more than I should have on it, but it was used, and I shouldn't have done that. There's another cat. I've done a lot of cats recently. And here's one that I'm really proud of. Yep. I dreamed about this type of atmosphere where here I am sitting out in my shed working and doing my thing, and people all over the country could be watching me what I do. Yes, I do. Sometimes I do fume over color. Matter of fact, this dragon will actually turn some interesting color with it. It's silver, gold, and green. And it gives it a shiny luster. See that? Of course, it's not focused. There it goes. Got to get to the right thing. Yeah, I was trying to find one for under 500, but I think I spent close to, well, yeah, about 4 or 500 for it. But I still like the process, and it likes to heat up while I'm doing camera work. But considering I'm out in a cold shed, I don't think the heat up is going to be a problem at this point. If and you know what I mean. Now, I've got, give me another animal to make into an icicle and I'll do it. Or give me an idea of something you would like to see me do and I'll do that instead. Where in the country are you? I am in North Carolina, near the coast, in Morehead City area. Not really in Morehead, but in that area. Everybody's heard of Moorhead, especially with Lawrence that came through. A camel. Well, you know what? One hump or two. I think I'll do one hump. I haven't done a camel in a while. Let's do this. Oh, I've got the perfect color for it, too. Perfect color. Where is it? Just gotta grab it. Oh, come on. Just one of them. Yeah, this'll do. Be that way. One hump or two. I had to say it, didn't I? What do I call them? Ladder lap or the dromedary, or neither here nor there. You know what? I gotta sit back and relax here and do this right. It has been a while since I've done a camel. Middle of New York, cool. Cheryl, hey, how you doing, girl? We're in the midst of doing a camel with two humps. Yeah, I know, cold. I worked at the dump for a while. Long while back. Somebody came through with one of those overhaul mechanic jack jumpers that you can insulated type that you can keep warm in. I'm not wearing it today. But I can if I had to. How am I doing so far? One hump or two. I had to say it, didn't I? Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually been out and been in the creative side. I tell you, like I said, depression sucks. Haven't quite got there yet, but we're getting there. I should have done the humps first, but we'll get there. Yes. But here I am. So I have bouts of where I feel a little better and get out here anyway. It's fun. It's one of the few things. Sally the camel, no humps. No. I'll at least do one hump on it. Oops. A little bit of stress in the glass, but that's okay. It's about where I was going to start the back part of the body anyway. Sparkly's in the kiln. That's a good way of putting it. The way I also say it is, all that glitters people will pay the gold for. We're getting there. I'm only going to do the one humper, just because. Well, in my case, it's still money just sitting around. I haven't done any good sales in a long, long while. My own darn fault. And like I say, depression sucks. Yep, I'm a great creator, but a bad business manager and marketer. Now that's when you know you're good, when you can sort of flow that in without slumping it too much. Two humps. Sally the Camel has two humps. You really want me to put two humps in this thing, huh? Alright, you come over here and do it. I do appreciate you guys coming in and saying hi and get me going. It's one of the things that I do enjoy about my glass, is when I get a lot of people chatting with me. I've always loved an audience. Hated crowds, but I loved audiences. Keeping the legs all even. There we go. You're terrified. Why, Amy? I mean, Cheryl. Amy, Cheryl, Amy. Some people call you Amy and some people call you Cheryl. I can tell that. Don't know how I know, but I know. Oh, we forgot the tail. And a little bit of silver over this would really give it a nice gold shine. Now if I can just remember what I did with this. Oh, there it is. Wow, 8 people watching all at once, and also and also adding comments all the time, which is great. I do appreciate that. Oh yeah, this is gonna really sweet. I'm gonna give that a quits at this point. Any other request? Yeah, it probably needs the other hump to make it really look like a camel. No, it's just a little chunk of silver from a silver coin that I had, basically. I chunk it out and tuck it on the end of a, you can see it right here, hold it. There's that little piece of, it's sort of embedded in the glass there. I request later you look up Sally Camel so you can make sense of the joke. Okay, I will. And basically what I do is I heat up the rod and I'll put the piece of glass down here on, I mean the silver, a little chunk of silver on my pad here. Heat up the glass rod till it becomes molten and touch it to the silver and it embeds into the glass. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times, but once you do, you can use it like I've been doing all afternoon. One piece of silver, one little dip of silver goes a long, long, long way. And it does work, it does help. Now, any other requests? I'm in a good mood. I need to keep it up. Do I ever make any bugs? Yes, I've done flies, I've done praying mantises, I've done little beetles, I've done some centipedes. They didn't look too good. Hello, Lewis. A ladybug. Yeah, you would. But okay. Let's get her done. I got some red right here. Well, actually, do I have the type of red that I need? Is this going to work? It might. We'll find out. Not the perfect red. And I got blue or black. How about a spider or an ant? Done spiders, done scorpions too. How about a scorpion? I think that'll do me better than me sitting here trying to make a... And let's see, green scorpion? No. Yellow? No. Red? No. A white one. There we go. Do I have some? Blue, no blue. No, no. I won't do it. Red scorpion. Be that way. Type of red I've got right here right now is a type of red you can't get anymore. It was one of the first reds that they ever made. It was called strawberry red. It's not going to be very big, but it's going to be a scorpion. Huh. Didn't know that. It's not a CAD color, no. It's a color that was made by North Star when they first started doing colors. It was a very simple red. And as you can see, it turns completely white after you strike it the first time. But when you strike it the second time is when it turns red. See there now, after heating it up a little bit, you can start to see the red come back into it. Take it easy, Bill. Thanks for being out there. Donna Ingram. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said, oh, I didn't say the last name, so you're good. Doing the claws first and then come back to the rest of it. I don't know why, but I am. Don't look at me. I just use it, not knowing how it gets red. But it's a really beautiful color. And I'm using the last of it on this. Well, not all of it, but using some of it on this. I was going to use some red on something else and didn't really get to it, so left it alone until now, and I've had it sitting on my table, so why not? Or as I like to say, why? Because I can. I'm stretching this out for the legs, and I'm going to do simple legs for this sucker. Well, it can look more milky as long as it had a little bit of red struck into it, is the way I told them when I ordered it. I said, if it has red in it, I'll take it. If it doesn't have any red in it, it's going to be bubbly white, is all I can tell you. So I was probably one of their first experiments on it. And that was back in the early 90s. Oops, one more leg has to get in there somehow. Hey, Bruce. Got 4 on that side. Let's get 4 on the other side. Pointing Red 93. Never heard of it. But it's probably from the early brigade. The only real strong colors that came out to begin with was cobalt blue, because they really couldn't mess that up too quickly. just the way it worked. And then slowly but surely they brought in other colors. Purple was almost unfathomable for the first long while. Yeah, for the longest while, I got a hold of some I know they were doing it long before I ever did, but I got a hold of some gold, pink and gold luster, a gold luster from that you paint and fire in the kiln. And one day I tried to skip the kiln and was firing a piece, and the one that was closest in the flame lost the gold paint, and the one furthest from the flame all of a sudden started getting real pink. So I said, and started fuming from that time on. I learned a lot from those experimental days, as it were. Yeah, I've been doing this since the 1980s. Now, bring down the legs a little bit. And all we have left to do on this baby is the tail. Oops, you know what? I got the... Yeah, I did that. There's a way to do that. And second thought. All the original gun mounts colors. Yes, that's about right. I didn't think about the gun mounts. I really didn't get into gun mounts until, and I did a couple of videos about taking the gun mounts and making them into usable glass straight from the TV itself. It's on YouTube. Most of my videos are. I've got over 600 videos on YouTube. Matter of fact, most of what I do on Facebook, I end up transferring to YouTube afterwards. So if you happen to be watching and hear me say your name, you'll understand what the principle is. And I try to not say the last names, so that you got some anonymity, yeah, that. Okay, now time for the last but not least That's where you discovered me. Cool. And again, that's what I do, is I put these live on Facebook first. For some dumb reason, I get a better quality picture or something. I didn't, and it was before I had this camera, of course. And I could get on there and start chatting away, just like I'm doing now, and make a little sense of it all. But literally in the early 90s, I saw this type of atmosphere where I'd be sitting here at my torch, and somebody across the country somewhere, and in this case it's across the world, because it looks like one of you is up there in the UK. That's the thing about my glass. I might not make it across the pond, but some of my glass has. Yeah, the sharpness in the flame right now is is basically just the center flame that I'm using, and it's I want to say a hydrogen tip, but I'm using propane on it because I had a chance to have a number 3 propane tip put on this thing, but I like working with quartz as well. So having both the opportunity to use both is, and still get a nice sharp flame, it really works well. I don't use hydrogen in the mix, but to know that it's going to get hot enough to work quartz. I do tiny things in quartz. I can give you a couple of demos or show you some of the stuff I do in quartz in just a second. It turns out really, really nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this one up for sure, just shrinking it down to about a 3-minute blip and putting it on TikTok. Just the scorpion part and the camel. Well, that's what I like about the Carlisle. It has a lot of different variety in one quick torch, and most of the time I use just a 8 or 10 milliliter concentrator for most of the work that I do. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it helps to be cheap and poor. I've lived that fringe of a shoestring budget, believe me. I lucked into a badly worked torch that I got for like this Carlisle cost me about $200 or $300, and then I spent another $300 on getting it refixed, but they don't do it for $300 anymore. That was back almost 20 years ago. 15 anyway. Now let's make it nice and red. And I'm going to put it in the oven and then get it nice ruby red almost. Sometimes, Todd, it pays to invest. And yes, I know that. Before I got into this Carlisle, my torch of choice was the National, because it had so many different variety of tips. You could do so much with it, and to tell you the truth, I really did like that. The center flame, yeah. The center flame is probably about a 3 or 4 tip. It works. How much would I sell the Scorpion for in the US? That's about a $15 to $20 size. I tell you the truth, if it wasn't for economics of today, I'd still say it was about 15 to 20. I mean 10 to 15, because I'm a flea market mentality type of glass blower, and I've gone in and sold things for a lot less than what they really worth. But that one, in its day and time, it could definitely be worth $20 at a good place, maybe even 30, because I love what I do. Other glass workers charge 50 and up for that. Yeah, like I say, I'm still the flea market mentality for it. Bit of a torch nerd, huh? That helps to be that way, Keith. Boy, I really am enjoying the conversation, and I wish I could think of something else to do while I'm sitting here chatting with you. But oh, come on, let me think. I could do a dragon just to be doing a dragon. I could do something else. I don't know. Okay. Let me put some of these. Here, let me show you the icicles that I have been doing. You can actually see what each one of them is. That's really cool. I like that. I got some just loops. A snowman. Can you build a snowman? Can we go build a snowman? Yeah, whatever that is. And can't even think of the name of the movie. But yeah. Cube dice. I've never done cube dice, but I've done ice cube type looking things, and they weren't exactly the funnest to get completely square and all that sort of stuff. You'd have to really get a good grinder, polisher, to really set the mix up. Haven't figured out what I want to do. Get this schmutz off here. A dragon. Alright. I haven't done the Puff the Magic Dragon style in a while. I've done all my Chinese dragons. I just never have done them. Hi, Sydney. Glad to join the crowd. This is the most audience I've had at one setting in a long while. I have to admit that I am enjoying this. And then again, this dragon isn't going to be very big. Yeah. $950 extra for the dragon. It's good to watch, and I'm thankful that you're out there. Again, it's been forever that I've had a good audience and don't want to stop. Most of the time, it's give me 10 minutes into the thing, and I'm saying I got to get out of here because of the anxiety or something. I don't know. It just happens that way. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the... No, I need a smaller rod. Here we go. Man, everybody's talking faster than I can think about. Oh, okay. Crappy colors. The only way that they're really crappy colors is if they bubble and boil and screw up all the time. You just figure out an animal that that color looks good on and you use it all the time, that's all. Well, to me, it's there. It really is, and it's scary sometimes. It's almost like somebody threw itching powder on you, and you just got to move. You got to move. You got to get out of where you're at and what you got to do, and go find a safe hole to hold up in. That's the best way I can describe the anxiety on me. Even going and visiting friends, I won't stay very long, just because. Yeah, I do that all the time with the colors that I have. I pull them into stringers. Matter of fact, that green that I used earlier was definitely a stringer, or not really a stringer, but a thicker piece of glass at one point. I'm low on some of the colors that I really love to play with. I've got to go out and order some more soon. Maybe that'll be my Christmas present to myself. I like the green exotic and the multi-green, or not multi-green, but exotic blue and moon blue, I think is what it's called. And what I do with that is I layer it on a clear glass rod like this one here, and turn around and then layer clear over it. And I do it two different ways before I add the clear. One way I twist it beforehand, and one way I twist it afterhand. And either way, the swirls of color. Here I am talking about it. I think I can find a piece of it. Here's some. Of course, it's not going to focus. But you can see the colors in that. There we go. It swirls into the colors, and the colors come out very random. There we go. Very random colors. And each time you make something with it, that gives it individual color that can't be reproduced into something else somewhere else down the line. Not exactly like that. You can use the same color again, but it'll never come out exactly like those combination of colors, which is what I like about that green. And it's called moon blue, and it's also called another one is blue exotic. I think the reason they call it blue exotic, it sort of looks blue, but it turns out even a darker green than the green exotic, I think. Excuse me again. But either way, after this dragon, I am going to call it quits. Should have done it before this dragon, but I'm committed. I'll do it. I say committed, and I felt the extra long sleeve shirt button up in the back. Okay. Boy, everybody's typing faster than I can even look. Push, so it's not really nice for overdoing. Okay, whoops. Back to this thing. Good color for the trim. Anybody got a good idea? I've never been a one for spicy sauce. Maybe that's why I'm in the way I am. Also found out that my testosterone levels were really low too, which doesn't help. I know some of this is TMI, but I tell you, depression sucks. I mean, there's reasons, 10,000 reasons to have it. Hey Seth, welcome to the audience. Let's give it jade green trim. Oops, wrong thing again. Understand that, Sydney. But I wish sometimes. I've often thought about building a machine that where parents can exchange with their children to have the energy to go through the day together instead of the kids, you know, still going bing, 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 bing at the end of the night. But then again, if that machine was ever made, people would find a way to abuse it. And so I never really a little bit longer on that wing. There we go. A little bit more. Well, I'm in my 60s. They're about even. Now let's get this going. Well, I'm about what you were. I've got a 17-year-old and I'm in my 60s. I didn't really get married until my late or my mid 40s. For the first time. Late bloomer, what can you say? It didn't help to have a whole slew of medical problems. There's some more jade. Tell me there's some more jade. Of course not. Where are you, Dave? There you are, that'll work. Good, I found some. Yep. Not too young. My kid. Wouldn't trade her for the world, though. Smartest of the bunch. I've got one that is my son, and then two stepsons that I treat with just as much affection. Stepsons are a lot older. The oldest one is 32. Thanks, Cheryl. Amy, whatever you want to be called. Okay, I need that on the other side, so this goes here. And I gotta do the front legs and beard and eyes. Excuse me again. Boy, have I got the belches. Yep. Matter of fact, this jade green is just to stretch it and make it grow a little longer. I've encased it with clear as well. You can sort of see the swirls of color that as I was building it up. No, I just had Chinese a little while ago. There we go. He's looking good. I'd like to think my dragons would come to your rescue faster than they'd come to chew you up. It's like, pardon me, you dropped your wallet back there. Would you like me to help you? Dog or cat? What did I say? I got to read up. I've been concentrating on this dragon. I didn't quite catch all of it. Like I said, yes, it is encased. That's why you can see the swirls of color. I was answering the question before you asked it, I guess. Or about the same time you thought about it. And we have clear dragon. Oh, let's add. Take it back a notch or two. And let's see if we can do this. Not going to add a lot of color, but it's going to add to it. That doesn't look good. Get over there. Gentle silver. Oh, that's what I got to do. Oops. Wrong way. There we go. Get it just right going on. And it literally dances to the other piece. There's a gentle silver color to it. Anyway, with that, we have, okay, these are going in the oven, but I haven't gotten them there yet. We got the scorpion. Looks like one of, there we go. And we got the one hump camel. I guess it could use some eyes. Yeah, I don't suggest that other people do this, but I know how to go back into the, I'll do this and I'll break it, I know that. It's always hard to put the eyes across from each other. There we go. Sometimes I go back in and do this too, where I make sure that it's sitting on. Oh, I don't believe I just did that to that dragon. So that they're sitting on all fours. That is now. The dragon's a different story. He's hot in some respects and cold in others, like on the end of his tail. Neither here nor there. Actually, this is probably the better place to show this one off. With that, thanks for being out there, guys. I do appreciate it. And I will look at some of the comments that I probably missed during the whole thing. And just remember, I always say carpe vitro, which means seize the glass. And enjoy your day. Thanks for being out there. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one, guys. Bye.